Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you today. You're getting two reviews in one day, both from the Gift Gala, both in these 3-wick vessels. Earlier today, you guys, I did do a review of Plum Embers, and this review will be on blankets and books. Now, I purchased this candle a couple of weeks ago. If you caught my Plum Embers review, then you already know how I feel about this vessel. Spoiler alert, I love it. And we'll talk about that when I get to the performance aspect of this candle. But I initially purchased blankets and books in the soy wax melts, actually. The fragrance notes on here I wasn't so sure about. And much like in the Plum Embers review, I talked about that there was one note listed that gave me some pause. And I'm very happy to say that uh, it, it, it didn't it didn't pan out to be what I feared it would be. So let's go ahead and talk about it. First and foremost, you guys, this is the 3-wick vessel. These do retail for $34 over on the Gift Gala website. This is about 20 ounces of 100% soy wax, non-tox ingredients. Gift Gala is a female-owned business based out of Texas. I've purchased quite a few things from her. This was kind of like my new brand that I discovered this year. And, there have been some hits, some misses, just like every brand. But overall, you guys, I think that she puts out a good product. So let's go ahead and talk about this blankets and books from the Autumn Almanac collection. I'm going to talk about a little bit later, why I did two reviews in one day. So blankets and books has fragrance notes of pumpkin vine, cinnamon bark, clove spice, caramelized amber, and smoldering ember. Now, when this was initially launched or made available to the Gift Gala ambassadors, so Gift Gala is like a pour to order type of business model. So she has some affiliates and ambassadors, which I am one of. And basically, she will allow ambassadors and affiliates to pre-order prior to the pre-order, right? And then she will eventually just list all of the candles on her website for you to purchase at any time. And so I actually ordered this fragrance, gosh, it's probably close to 2 months ago now. And I initially ordered it in the soy wax melts. And the reason why is because that smoldering ember note made me a little bit nervous. I am one of the people who actually was not a fan of toasted tides. I know a lot of people really liked that fragrance, but to me, something about it just smelled off and I didn't really enjoy it. And so ever since then, when I see that ember note, it makes me a little bit nervous. However, much like I was talking about in the Plum Embers review, yeah, the smoldering ember was not a problem for me. You guys, this fragrance to me is just a very sophisticated, almost kind of earthy but slightly spiced take on a pumpkin scent. It's interesting that it says pumpkin vine, and that's really what I'm talking about when I say pumpkin. This isn't really like a gourmand pumpkin. It's not a white pumpkin. It's not pumpkin pie. It's not your traditional fall pumpkin type of scent. There's a greenness to it. Again, not a springtime greenness, more of like an earthy vine type of greenness. The cinnamon bark, again, it's not like straight baking cinnamon. There's definitely, I would just describe this as like an earthy type of take on a pumpkin scent. Now, the clove spice I do smell in there. I will tell you guys that clove is, I know it's a polarizing scent for a lot of people. Clove, I will tell you, is one of the fragrance notes that's like ringing the dinner bell for me. I love clove. I love clove in most fall and winter fragrances. So when I see it listed, my eye is instantly going to go to it. The caramelized amber, yes, there's a little bit of perfuminess to this, but again, it's more of like a warm perfuminess. It's not overly sweet, not like a floral, not overly heady. It's more of a sweet and warm type of perfuminess to it. But again, this fragrance overall is more of what I would call an earthy, slightly spiced profile. It's very, very pretty. Now, I do know on the website, Shelby does not list this as like an in-house blend, which means that this is probably a stock oil. I personally don't have strong feelings about, if things are stock oils or not. I am not pouring candles myself. I'm not going to make my own candles, so I don't really care. But if that's important to you, that is something that Shelby does note on her website if a candle is like an in-house blend or if she's using a stock oil of it. But I will tell you guys, this fragrance to me was a surprise hit. I will tell you guys, of the all of the candles that I purchased from the Autumn Almanac collection, this is my favorite one. I would actually consider possibly purchasing this in a 4 wick. Right now, my candle budget is a little bit tight, and I'm having to focus on new stuff for review. But this is a fragrance that I would repurchase, you guys. Maybe next year, or maybe at the end of the season if this one does not come back. I would repurchase it because I really, really enjoy this fragrance. It's something different. When I get tired of all of the super like, what would I say? I don't want to say generic, but like these super expected fall fragrances, I love having this one. There's something about this fragrance that I actually really like burning in the evenings. I have actually been pairing this with Kringle Candles Silver Eucalyptus, as well as their white pumpkin and sage. And I just feel like this is a fragrance that lends kind of those like more sophisticated autumnal vibes, but also I'm going to go out on a limb here, you guys, and say that while I don't think this fragrance would be like a summer, like full on summer fragrance, like if you're wanting tropical and fruity, obviously you're not going to look at these notes. I would say that if you are somebody who just likes kind of cozy but luxurious vibes year round in your home, this would be a really good year round fragrance. It's very, very pretty. I really feel like it's kind of going to be in that vein of their oh, what's the one that she has? Why am I blanking on it? It's the one that I say is kind of like knit sweaters from Kringle. I'm drawing a blank on it, you guys, but it's the one that, oh, Sunlit Shelves. Kind of like Sunlit Shelves. I feel like this is a fragrance that you could burn year round. It's just sophisticated. It doesn't really scream one season. Um, just kind of like if you're somebody who would just want like a signature scent for your home, but you want it to be a little bit more elevated and again, kind of have like an earthy, slightly spiced thing going on, this would be a great fragrance. You can tell I really, really love the scent. Really surprised by how much I have been enjoying it. Now let's talk about the performance. You can see that I am further down on the burn on this one than I was on Plum Embers, which I think is good to show you guys because I did note in there um, these these 3 wicks are burning really well. You are seeing no puny wicks there. I do notice that the wicks do want to lean a little bit after the burn so I can trim them. But again, you guys, that's nothing. I mean, they're not falling over, they're not self extinguishing. I'm getting nice, healthy flames, good deep wax pool. This candle I've actually had lit in a hurricane for about an hour and a half. And you can see that it's, liquefied. I don't have a ton of wax left in this one. Strength and throw on this candle. Here's the thing, you guys. This fragrance profile, I don't think is meant to be one of those like banger in your face types of scents. I think it is a softer profile by nature. But that being said, you guys, I would give the strength of this candle probably about like a 6.5, 7. But the throw on this 3 wick is actually quite good. The throw, much like the Plum Embers, is about an 8. So I'm going to say that this is a fragrance profile that I can definitely, like I've been burning it in my daughter's room right now, and I can smell it throwing out into my other child's bedroom as well as their bathroom and the hallway. Like I can smell it throwing out of there. And when I had it burning out in my open concept, it takes a little while to get there. I will say that it takes a little while for me to start noticing it, maybe about 45 minutes to an hour. But again, once these candles are burning a little bit longer, that soy wax is really liquefying. I definitely noticed it in the open concept area. Again, not smacking me in the face, but if I exited the room and came back in, I definitely noticed the fragrance. Really surprised you guys by how much I am enjoying this one. It's a very pretty fragrance. I would highly recommend throwing it into your cart if you are shopping from the pre-order. I know, and this is maybe segueing into the October Traditions collection is launching today, August 6th, and it's the pre-order, I should say, is launching today. That will be open for 24 hours. And then I can't remember when the actual launch is of it. I want to say it's either next week or in 2 weeks, the actual launch of October Traditions. Funny enough, you guys, I actually did email a pre-order for that, but I guess it must have gotten lost. I know you're seeing some of the ambassadors share their pre-order thoughts. I did do that, but it got lost. And honestly, you guys, money's a little tight this month, so I'm like, that's probably for a reason. I am definitely intrigued by a couple of the October Tradition scents, but again, Shelby does offer free shipping over $75. And if you are, uh, again, wanting to save money on just that one time, or actually, you're not even paying a shipping cost. If you're already going to be over that $75 threshold, or maybe you're looking for something else to add to your order to get to that $75 threshold for the free shipping, I would definitely recommend this candle. And I'm going to tell you guys, just like I said in that Plum Embers review, in case you didn't see it, this is going to be my go-to format moving forward with Gift Gala. I really like these 3 wicks. I'm kind of giving some repetitive information if you saw the review earlier, so pardon me, but again, not everybody watches every single review. The bonus to these 3 wicks, you guys, one, I do feel like they have increased strength and throw. Is it like double? No. I would say it's probably like a 1.5 to 2 points higher than what I would normally get in the 2 wicks. But the other thing that I will tell you guys is a pro for me is I am somebody who likes to enjoy my candles and move on. I don't want a giant candle collection. I don't like to put things back at the end of the season half burned. I like to be able to enjoy them. And I do find that these 3 wicks, I am able to get through them a little bit faster than the 2 wicks. Those 2 wick apothecary style jars, which are being used by a lot of small businesses in the candle community, those by nature, you guys, I think those perform best in really small, closed concept spaces. Every once in a while, some of those fragrance blends will be like knock your socks off. But for the most part, you guys, those 2 wicks, they're better suited for closed concepts, and they also take forever to burn, in my opinion. So I like this 3 wick format, and again, I got good strength and throw. I feel like the price point is good. You do only get 20 ounces of wax in this one, as opposed to I think the 22 ounces in the 2 wick apothecary. So if the 2 ounce wax difference, if you're pricing it out, per ounce, and if that's bothersome to you, that's something that you're going to want to take into account. But for me personally, I would just rather, pay the same $34 price point and get a little bit more strength and throw in a vessel that I like. Other downside is that you don't get the cute little label on that. But again, if the aesthetic in your home is a little bit more simplified and clean, this might be right up your alley. It's kind of this like honeycomb facet. So overall, you guys, I highly recommend this fragrance. This is probably going to be the #1 fragrance that I recommend from the Autumn Almanac collection. Definitely recommend it. So let me know in the comment section down below if you purchased this candle. What has your experience been with it? What do you what do you think? Is it one that you would repurchase? Do you think others should purchase it? Always curious to hear your thoughts. Again, hit thumbs up if you found this review helpful. Consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time with me. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.